As baby boomers age, COPD has actually become one of the top 10 causes of death in the United States, now the third largest. So to talk about what it is and exactly what we can do to treat it is Rich Hinchliffe of the Central Vermont Medical Center. Thanks for joining us again.
Oh, it's great to be back, Steve. Thank you so much.
So help me out with the full name of it. COPD stands for what?
Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Chronic being basically it lasts for a long time.
Okay.
Obstructive, we'll get to that. You know, it obstructs the lungs. Pulmonary, meaning the lungs, and disease, we all basically know what disease stands for.
And so what does it do to you?
Well, basically what happens is it consists of two disease processes. The first one is called chronic bronchitis. And what happens is in your airways excrete too much mucus. The muscle around your airways tighten up, and you get lots of inflammation. That's the first part. The second disease process is called emphysema.
Oh, yeah.
And very simply put, the airways become, they lose their elasticity. So when you breathe out, your airways actually collapse. So you can imagine trying to breathe out with all that mucus in, inflammation, and then the airways collapsing. It's very difficult to get to the air out, and that's something that I want to get to later about.
In most cases, is this something genetic? Is it caused by the environment? What are the main causes of this?
It is. There is a genetic component to it. Some people are born with very tough lungs, and they can, I hate to say this, but they can smoke and they get away with it. They don't get COPD, where other people smoke and they get COPD. And if you look back in your family history and you see, you know, relatives that have had it, there's a good chance you're going to get it too.
Okay. I mean, because we're hearing about millions of people with this.
Yeah, 13.5 million people have it in the United States, and it is currently the fourth leading cause of death in the United States. And by 2020, it's going to be the third leading cause of death in the United States. So it's getting worse and worse and worse. Got
it. And you say you see a lot of people ending up in the hospital because of this.
Yeah, absolutely. They get what's called a COPD exacerbation. And they get that from when they get a bacteria and it gets in their airways. And we have the medication we give for that is basically a steroid which relieves the inflammation in the airways, and we give a long-term bronchodilator which relaxes the smooth muscle in the airways and makes it bigger.
Okay, and Rich, I know you brought these today. I want to make sure we get to this. This is one tool in treating COPD, right? Yeah,
this is called an acapella, and I wish I'd invented it. I'd be lying on a beach in Hawaii right now instead of standing in the rain. What you do is you blow into it, and it creates back pressure, so it keeps those airways nice and open.
So this is something like a tool you would use regularly?
We give it to everybody in the hospital.
Prevent like that exacerbation, or prevent from getting into the hospital.
Right, exactly. So you blow into it.
So you just blow right into it? Takes a lot of work to blow into it.
Yeah, it's hard to blow into it, and that's causing that back pressure, and it's getting rid of that stale air that's in your lungs. That COPD is, you need to get out of there before they try and breathe back in.
And you were saying to get one of these, you need a doctor prescription in most cases?
In most cases you do, but they're not expensive, and a great tool to have. I would recommend using it in the morning. Have a hot cup of tea, that thins the mucus out, and then use your acapella, and it loosens that mucus up, and then you cough it out. And I apologize to those that have not had breakfast yet.
Sure, no, but it's an important topic, and you know I think it helps people understand what COPD is. Rich, thanks for joining us this morning.
It's great to